Alright, so after using the Angelus spray that you saw at the end of the last video, got cut off. No worries. So coming back at it, but this is after it's all polished up. Like you saw, you just spray it directly on. One pump will cover a pretty good sized area. Get a little excess on the midsole, just make sure to wipe it off quick so it doesn't end up tracking dirt later by leaving it on there. Same thing with the leather upper here. So anyway, that was kind of the final step there. Got them laced up now. A little bit damp, but they are dialed. That is the finished product. And show you. One deep crease in there, but oh well. Just a mirror-like finish on that patent. Clean soles. As I went over in my other video, and again, if you got a safe and sound tip to use to get the wrinkles out of the back of this smooth leather upper, it's actually a tanned leather. Smooth, but it's got a tanning process to the way it's finished. Anybody knows a way to do it? Let me know. Love to give it a shot. See a good test pair. So they are quite clean. And for the occasion of finishing off the video, I have my originals on today. The white line giveaway. Toe box shape is a little different too. You can tell the shape here is a little bit more rounded. Shape here is a little bit more to a point. Slight, but it is a difference. These are a half size larger than these. This is my regular size 12. This is more my true size 12 and a half. Which is why I couldn't pass them up. But these actually need Angelus too. It's a little cleaner, but this is definitely a grail. They're less creased than the other ones. They're in better shape. Soles look perfect on them. I love that white and black checker carbon fiber. That's legit. Not silver and black like they did on the retro, which they've never changed since they went back. Since they switched to that, they never went back to that. But anyway, patent is super high on OGs, so I had to rock them. Another thing, kind of a cool difference. Shape of the 23s isn't much different. The OGs is a little bit flatter. Tiny bit, yeah, it's not as thick of silk screening. The whole shape of the shoe at the top is different. There's a dip. There's a dip right here. Goes down. And scoops. Retros don't do that. They just stay flat all the way across the top, and actually the Countdown pack and the 2012s, they go up. They actually raise. They do the exact opposite of originals. Kind of bizarre. The other thing is the Jumpman flat stitched, no fingers, kind of as opposed to a thick raised Jumpman embroidered with fingers, obviously. And you can feel him well above the leather. Not so on these. It just feels kind of more like an indent. But the laces are also way thicker, which is kind of crazy, but they don't look like they would be on the surface. The OG one's always kind of white, doesn't have a black tip. But they are definitely thicker, it's kind of cool. They're not as elastic, so they don't stretch as much. It's more like a climbing rope. This has a lot more stretch to it. Not sure why they changed that, but... So anyway, that's the finished product. Thanks for checking out all these videos, hopefully in order. So you got the full understanding of how to take a shoe that's in pretty good shape and just try to make it look as good as possible. And you go enjoy them, man. Don't just sit there and stare at them. Go rock those things, break some necks. Wear something that not everybody else is wearing. So the other thing that, I guess the last thing I'll touch on, just because I think it's kind of cool, is they've also never gone back to the Thru Red. They use the same Thru Red color on the OG 13s and the 2004s, even though they do look darker. But it is a brighter red, there's no question about it. And on the originals. So one thing they changed that I don't really mind. You can also see the difference in the carbon fiber side by side. White. Gray. So. And then the patent leather, obviously black topped, and this is white topped, which they actually used on the original Concords and the retro Concords. Both had the white topping, the unfinished or raw cut. It is taller though. The physical gap here is there's more patent leather than there is on this. And remember, this is a half size bigger than this, and yet everything's taller. So any way they could cut a corner, even dating back to 2001 when the quality was still really high, they were already shaving some corners. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for commenting, rating, subscribing. Keep it clean. Let me know if you have any questions. Everything's pretty explanatory. You know me, I come at you with a lot of detail and plenty to see, but hopefully that answers all the questions you had about the process I use anyway, and hopefully you get as good or better results. Alright, peace.